Hello smart money traders, you're welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to show you one of the most powerful ICT trading strategy. It is called ICT silver bullet trading strategy, a strategy that was taught by the founder of ICT Concept. I'm going to go through everything about this particular strategy. I actually back tested this strategy for almost a week. I've used it on a live account and I've seen how important it is. I'm going to go to the very basic and explain everything about this strategy for you. And then if you have any question concerning this strategy, you can kindly let me know in the comments. I will go ahead and answer every single question you have. So let's get into the video. So the first thing you need to know about this particular strategy, it has some certain rules I want to mention right here. This strategy only works in New York session and it works within the time frame of 10 a.m. New York session and 11 a.m. So for you to get your New York session time zone, you can use TradingView. If you are using TradingView, you can simply come down to this place where you can see my cursor, click on it. After clicking on it, you scroll down to UTC -4. You can see New York, click on that and you will have New York time zone. It makes it easier for you to get New York session on your chart. So the next thing to know about this particular strategy is that you can only use it on the 1 minute time frame. Although there are other people that use it on lower time frame than this, but I recommend you use it on 1 minute time frame. And the currency pairs you will use for trading this is mostly USD paired currencies such as GBP USD, Euro USD, or USD CAD. I basically use it on GBP USD and Euro USD, and sometimes on futures such as S&P 500. So let me go ahead and sketch everything about this particular strategy, and then we come back here on our chart and see how efficient and perfect it is for our trade entry. You can literally use this strategy to pass any prop firm evaluation, or you can use it to improve your trading performances as you begin to trade with the smart money concept. So let me give you an example of how to use this particular strategy before I come back to the chart. Let's assume you have your New York session 10 a.m. here and 11 a.m. around this place. This is 10 a.m. and this is 11 a.m. This is just an example. I'm going to go to the chart and show you how effective it is. I will basically make 5 more videos on these same strategies just for you to get this perfectly, so that every single one of you can try it. So if we have our New York session right here, 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., basically how the market works is that you see price behaving from Asian session into London session, and then we come to New York session. So this is how you will see price behaving in this progression, creating price movement. This is a basic way price behaves. So if you have a price movement like this, this is where you see an old high and old low, and you know where you see an old high, you are expecting to see liquidity is residing above old highs and old lows. This is where liquidity is expected to reside. Liquidity is expected to reside here, liquidity here, liquidity here. So all these areas we expect to see liquidity. Now what you're going to do is that once price comes into our 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. New York session, we're going to pay more attention to it. We want to see price move from here. If price comes here and starts moving, let's say we see price movement either to the downside to grab liquidity below this level, or if price move to the upside to grab liquidity above here. So let's assume price move above to grab liquidity above this level, this particular level. This is where we're expecting price to grab liquidity in this regard if price is going up. Now after price have grabbed liquidity, it will suddenly come down inside the range. You can see come down to this place, and then price push up again and create a change of character. This place, let me show you that. If you see a complete shift in market structure, from here you can see a break of structure, liquidity grab. It came down inside, failure swing, and a change of character. Let me even label that so you can see. So this is a change of character. Now what you do once you see a change of character is to basically wait for price to come back to an institutional reference point, either an order block or a fair value gap, mostly an order block or a fair value gap. Let's say this is an order block, a bearish order block in this regard, and then somewhere around here, if you see a fair value gap, price is mostly going to come back to that area and react before coming down. So this is what you expect price to do. Come back to this area and your entry is simply going to be right here. This is a sell entry. So your entry is simply going to be right there. Your stop loss is just right above that area. You're going to start with something like this: 1:1. With this regard, maybe 1:2 or 1:1.5. Then you're going to go ahead and expand your targets eventually as price moves. So let me simply go to my chart and show you how to use this by a simple example. So let me delete everything right here. Let me show you the best way to get your sessions properly. So you come to where you see indicators, click on that and search the word sessions on chart. This is the indicator you're going to use. I'm going to show you how to get it perfectly. So simply click on it and it will appear on your chart. Once it appears on your chart, now come to settings and change some few things. Take out London session and Tokyo. And then come to where you see New York session, click on that and type 10. You're going to select 10 a.m. and here 11 a.m. So you're going to see it. So can you see what I'm saying? So this particular indicator will basically mark out where your 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. are. So look at what is happening right here. So how do you mark out the most recent liquidity area? Now look at this. For example, let me delete everything right here and show you that in a proper way. If I take out the data right here, I want to just make sure that I have this information. So the most recent area where we can see liquidity is somewhere here above this place, and below here liquidity is there. So as price came from here, you can see break of structure, and then price came back to this area. This is where liquidity is residing, old high. Liquidity resides above relative equal highs or relative equal lows, or sometimes old highs or old lows in form of buy stops and sell stops. So look at what happened right here. After price came to this place, came back to this place, above here liquidity is residing. In simple term, liquidity simply means money, and it is in form of people's stop losses. All this place is filled with people's stop losses. So smart money grab liquidity and fill in their order before they take price to another level. And then also this place, let me show you that. And once you see your change of character in this place, what you look out for is for price to come back to an institutional reference point right here. Let me show you that. An institutional reference point that you want to see. This is an order block. Let me show you that. Let me delete this guy and show you that order block properly. This place. This is a bearish order block, this whole candle. Notice how the body of this candle after coming back to that order block, this is a change of character. Price retraces back to that place. This is a fair value gap. There is a very small fair value gap at this point. This place, this is a very small fair value gap. If you can spot that, you can literally see a very small fair value gap, and it makes that order block a valid order block, because an order block that has a fair value gap is the most valid order block. So as price comes back to this area, this is where your entry is. This is where your entry is. This is basically how I use this, and your stop loss is just simply above the order block. Okay, above the order block. So if you're taking that trade, your first take profit will be around here, guys. Your first take profit will be right here at this recent low, and then this place, and then this area. So if we are to play this, let me just show you how to do that. If we are to play this, you're literally going to see how effective this strategy is. Let's play it out. We're going to take more examples so you can see what I meant by that. So you can see that you have taken your first take profit. You can expand your this now, and maybe if you wish, since you are dealing with lower time frame, you can bring it to break even and see how it goes with that particular entry. So you can see how price is behaving with this particular strategy. Let me just expand this to that area so you can see what I'm saying. So guys, you can see how effective this strategy is. This is just the first example. I will show you more example, and then if you have any question, I will make more videos on this strategy just for you to get this strategy perfectly. So let me show you another example. If we can see right here, another example. So I just decided to move back to the previous date, and I found another example right here. You can see 10 a.m., 11 a.m., the same New York session. Now look at this. You're going to map out the most recent areas where liquidity is residing in the previous session. So these are the areas. This is basically how I use this strategy personally. So you will wait for a grab of liquidity in either the downside or upside. In this regard, can you see liquidity has been grabbed and then a sudden comeback inside with a change of character. So this is what I meant by a change of character. When we take out the last low that was formed and then failure swing came down to this place. Now what we look out for after we've seen a change of character is to wait for price to come back to an institutional reference point, in this regard an order block. This place, this order block has a fair value gap also, which makes it a valid order block, a very small fair value gap right there. So you can see how predictable this strategy is, guys. I want you to make money with this strategy. That is why I'm taking time to explain it to you in detail and in a simplified way. So if we have something like this, let's say we have our liquidity being grabbed above this level, because this is where liquidity is residing, this place and this place. Below here, liquidity is here, liquidity is here. So we wait for price to go to any of those direction. In this regard, price actually went above and grabbed liquidity there, and it came back inside, changed character here, or you can even mark this place as your change of character, whichever way you want it. Let me just make this to be centralized. So this can be your change of character, or this particular one, depending on what you are looking at as the lowest level price has gone to, but don't go more than that. You can also use that indicator to get that properly if you wish to do that. Let me just adjust that for you to see. So this is exactly what you're looking for. So as price comes back to an institutional reference point, an order block, or a fair value gap, you're going to take your trade from here. So this is where your trade is. Your stop loss is right above here. I want to be above here. Yes, my first take profit is going to be here, this place, the most recent, my first take profit, and then I can expand as price goes. So let's play it and see how it goes. So price is behaving, we are watching it, we are expecting price to give us what we're looking for. So by now you could have moved your stop loss to break even, so you can not get stopped out at this area. And I think it has hit my take profit, as you can see this place. This is right here. Let me make it, if I put it right where the low is. So I think with that I have gotten my first take profit. So guys, this strategy is actually a very easy and straightforward strategy. Let me see if I can get you another last example, and then I will make more videos on this. All right everyone, I just moved down to the previous day again, and then I found another one right here. Can you see we map out the most recent areas of liquidity, this place and this area below here. Can we say this place? Yes, we can say that place and this place. Then we wait for liquidity grab in the most recent ones and see. Let's see if I bring this to that place. So looking at this, can you see what is happening? Let me take out some of this data so we have what is happening right here, just that place. So looking at this, can you see what I'm saying? Grab of liquidity above here and above here. You can see liquidity grab above this level, this particular level. Liquidity was grabbed, and then after that, where did we see our change of character? This place? No. This place? No. This is where change of character happened. So in this regard, I'm waiting for price to come to this. If you know what a breaker block is, I want to take trade from this breaker block. Okay, that is the breaker block. I don't want price to come to this other block above. I want price to come to that breaker block. If you don't know what breaker block is, simply head over to my YouTube channel, come to playlist. You're going to see a dedicated playlist on a breaker block. So it is also a very powerful institutional reference point. So I want to take my trade from that particular institutional reference point. For the short, I want to be right here. Then my stop loss is just right above the liquidity grab. So my first take profit is going to be here, and then my second take profit, once I've gotten that, I will be here. So let's see how this plays out for us to, okay, price actually came back and almost went to touch me out there. I've gotten my first take profit. If I'm able to get the second one, then I'm fine. If I'm not able to get, I'm okay like that. So this is basically how to use this strategy, guys. You can use this to make a lot of money and even pass profit evaluation, second take profit, hit. So this is about the strategy. I'll make 3 or 4 more videos on the same strategy. Make sure you watch them. I'll make a playlist on this same ICT silver bullet trading strategy. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more updates and videos from me. Thank you. See you in another video.